Welcome to Dead Set on Success Coding. Today is how to creating a street dice game part 3, and we're just going to continue with the functions that we're trying to create. So let me go ahead and share my screen, and we'll get started here. Um, Last time we created an interface, so we have a menu. Let's just run through it real quick. We can set the shooter. So it says player 2 goes first. We get set the shooter again. This time player 1 goes first. This time player 2 goes first. This time player 1, player 2, and so on. Then we can use number 2 to roll the dice, and it gives us a dice total. So 7, 9, 3, 11, 7, 6. Okay, rolling 2 dice. Each dice has 6 sides, and so we can get 2 through 12 as the outcomes. We have set point, which throws an error because right now we're not passing in anything. What I'm going to try to do right now is start on the game logic. So we have a point. So when we have a roll, we want to resolve the dice. So when we resolve the dice, so let's all of this. So let's copy that out, and that's going to go into a function. Resolve dice. What is this? Okay, set shooter. Okay, function resolve dice. We need to send in the shooter, and I think that's it. We don't need to know who's the shooter. So the come out roll is next. So the shooter is going to roll the dice. So we say we have let roll equal let roll equal roll dice 2, 6. Okay, and then if do we need to do? I kind of like this recursive thing here. So we have async read line. I guess I don't really. So it calls a function, and if it's one of these things, we quit. So then we do this, and then we call it again. So what's our base case? If it is a 7 or 11, you win. So if roll, but we also need a roll count. Let roll count equal 1. So we'll just have to do this. We'll have to figure out later. So what we want to do, resolve dice. Let's see how this recursive thing works. If you set it, then we return. Okay, so if roll, so roll, and then what we have to do is sum dice array. If roll equals 7 or roll equals 11, return win. Okay. If roll equals 7 and roll count equals 1. So that's on the first roll. So if roll equals 11 and roll count equals 1, return win. If roll equals can we just do this? Or so if roll equals 7 or roll equals 11 and roll count equals, would that work? Is this half and this half separately? Need to look that up. So if statement logic JavaScript comparison. So we need using multiple logical operators in JavaScript. All right, mastering JavaScript. See if this can help us. Mixing things up. Not recommended to mix. So let's see. I think we have to do them separately. So these will be grouped and these will be grouped. All right, return win. Now if basically like this, roll equals, what is it, 2, or roll equals 3, and then let's, or, okay, then we want to return lose. All right. And we want to, so we don't even need the shooter here for any reason, really. So what we can do is say, or return set point. Okay, so set shooter, roll dice. Okay, let's resolve logic. Invalid response. Oh yeah, so case for resolve dice. I think we need to send in a roll. Let's just see what happens with this right now. Exit. Resolve. Point is 9. Why did it say invalid response? I'm doing something weird here. Okay, so default, so entry. So what I think is happening is that when it sends this back, it actually is thinking as an entry somehow. So case lose console dot lose. So I guess we're gonna test that. Exit for winner, lose, invalid response. So whatever we're doing here with this recursive thing is not really working. Determine outcome. So determine outcome, where we're going to throw in the throw total and how many times it's been rolled. And we're going to say if the times roll equals 0, then something happens. So times, that seems like that could have worked. So resolve dice. Resolve dice. Some dice. Set point. Only set point is. Okay, I really don't know. Something is wrong with this case. Oh, we need to break. is 10. All right, so this isn't happening. So here, it's returning something. So set point. Okay. Lose, win, win, lose. Point is 9, point is 8. Okay, we're figuring out if we're winning or losing or not. And I think each time we need to show the roll. So we always want to console.log roll, and let's now I want this to continue to do something until something else occurs. So until it returns win or it returns lose, we want to keep doing it. So we could say while true, okay, so we're going to roll so exit. So Okay, so let's say then else we need to set point. Okay, so let's say let point equal undefined. It should be undefined if we do it like this. So we'll point undefined. Okay, that's kind of weird. But what we want to do is if don't really need the roll count, I don't think. If we say here, if roll undefined, then we do this. And then we just say else point equals roll. Okay. Then here we put else, and then we have our new logic. Else if, do we just put else? All right, there. I have an else for this. This is going to be here, else. All right, so this is true. Where is this? Yeah, roll. If roll undefined, if else. Now this is when the other game logic comes into effect. So if the come out roll is not any, so else if, so it's not undefined, if roll equals 7, return Luke's console.log. Okay. Else if roll equals point, then when return console.log. So that's it. So save. Now we should be able to resolve dice. 9 undefined. Why are we getting undefined? Nine, 12, 10, 10, 3, 6, 6, 8, 7, lose. First bet should be an 11, should have been lose. All right. What? 7? That should be a win. If the point is undefined. Point. Okay. If the point is undefined. There we go. See if we can, that's good. See if we can. Win. We can get an 11, 7 win. 7 win. Can we get ace 11, the first number? Hard to get, I guess it's hard to get an 11. Because there's only one combination. There we go, 11 win. All right, so our logic seems pretty good. So it's just going to keep doing this. Now we may not want the game to be like that. We may want to have the, to make it interesting for the person, might want to have the dice shuffling or some kind of animation. And then when you click a button, it rolls, and then you keep clicking, because that's more engaging than just seeing up, lost, wins, lost, win. So, but at least we can start the process with the button and click. It doesn't have to loop. We just wanted an easy way to figure out our logic. So actually, I think that's a pretty good stopping point. So I'm just gonna say resolve dice. So um, I will get this put into the blog, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow. I'll be here and be ready to start on grading a Street Dice Game Part 4. Have a great evening. Bye bye.